Well, I certainly didn't expect this to be happening. 3 holes, loads of questions, and we're going to try and stay out of this stuff. Let's do it, and let's do it now. So guys, today is going to be a little bit of a different video. We're going to play 3 holes here at the beautiful Desert Springs Golf Resort. And yesterday, I posed to you guys if you'd like to see a question and answer. And it seems like you do. I said if I got 50 questions, I'd answer them. And we've got about 200, so we've got plenty of time to kill. I've got half a set of clubs. It's a windy day. So as always guys, first things first, if you are new to the channel and this is your very first time watching my content, you're in for a bit of a special one because I'm going to tell all. Well, I'm going to tell you all what you want to know and the questions you've asked. If you would like to get in on the questions and you haven't had a chance to ask the question that you would have wanted to ask, then make sure you go follow my Twitter, make sure you go follow my Instagram. And I did actually post this on the YouTube community tab, which you will be able to access if you're a subscriber to the channel. So if you're not already subscribed, please make sure you do. Also, if you are watching this video, it does mean a lot if you take the time to leave a like. If you do enjoy the content, then that is fantastic. And if you are already subscribed, then go and get your friend to subscribe, or your neighbour, or your mum, or your dad. Let's see if we can keep this channel growing. Now, I've got to scramble for par, and I've also got to answer a few questions. So what we're going to do, we're going to go via the YouTube community tab first, and then after that we will look at Instagram, we will look at Twitter. I did put on Facebook as well, but that's mainly friends, so that'll just be Foxy and Brett just taking the really. So 132 questions on the community tab. Some of them I'll go in depth, some of them I'll just fire. Let's go. Okay, so SAS Golf, Simon says, best way to get fingerprints off the lens. I'm not too sure, Simon, to be fair. Let's do it, and let's do it now and all that. Mr. JD, which goes further, a driving iron, a hybrid or a 5-wood? Entirely depends on yourself. For me, I find a hybrid works the best. It's not necessarily which one goes further, but which one goes higher, which one suits the ball flight that you're after. Pete Butcher, is Brett Cooper the worst golfer you've ever played with? 100% yes. Let's see if we can get up and down. That much better. He's never chipped in on camera. More questions on the community tab. Outside of golf, who is James Robinson? Other hobbies, married, etc. What do you do? I'm not married. Looking at the camera, I'm not married. There is someone on the camera though. All right, Laura. Outside of golf, who is James Robinson and what does he do? That's JM0070. Outside of golf, I like to think I'm a funny guy, I like to make people laugh, I like to go out for a beer with my mates, to go out for a few beers with my mates. We'll have that straight in. Kevin Friesen, how do you pick the right putter? There's so many different grips, shafts, weights. What's the deal with all the different shapes, location of the hosel, etc, etc? Kevin, I did a fantastic video with Scotty Cameron recently about putter fitting, so if you'd like to go and check that out, I will link it somewhere in the channel. We go over actually different hosel designs, different lengths, even what different grips can offer you as well, so make sure you check that out. Paul Wilson, can a mid-handicap 18 handicapper play P790 irons? Paul, absolutely yes they can. I could play them, you could play them, my dad could play them. I don't think there's a golfer on the planet that couldn't play them. Darren, what kind of strength training exercises in the gym or at home would you recommend for increasing shot distances? Well, as you can tell, Darren, I do need to get to the gym myself, but anything with that elasticity, anything with speed, box jumps, anything with therabands, general things like that. I'm not going to lie, Darren, that's not my area of expertise. But I find pretty much if you're not doing anything, then you should really be doing something. Matthew Henning, beer or whiskey? Tough one. Beer in the summer, whiskey in the winter. How's that one? +2 golfer. How do you get people to realise there's no magic remedy and it's really just practice, practice, practice that makes people better? I think, to be honest, obviously there is no magic remedy, and it's a very good question actually, but I think it depends what kind of person you are, and if you don't like practicing, it then becomes very, very difficult to say. I'm not going to force someone to practice. If someone comes to me for a lesson and they want to get better, they want to improve, brilliant, but we can only really do so much. So great question. Chris M, new clubs or more lessons? It's got to be more lessons, hasn't it, Chris? Come on, I mean, clubs can only do so much, to be fair. I imagine that question is going to keep popping its head up as well. Jason83, you should go live on YouTube or Facebook Live so we can interact. Great idea, I will do that, I'll try to do it. I'm a bit of a technophobe, so I've only just learned how to edit, to be fair. Runcorn Mini Police, best advice for those 4-foot knee knocker putts. Straight firm in the middle and then listen for it, don't look for it. Can't remember who told me that, but that was a great one actually. Sam Flood, what was your handicap at 16? 16 I was off 4. Yeah, 4. Leandre, sorry if I've said that wrong, Leandre. What clubs do you think are best for an 8 handicap golfer? Now I always struggle with this because you're an 8 handicap golfer, but not necessarily because you strike your irons badly or you're a bad putter. It could be one specific thing. So like when we do the mid-handicap testing, I always struggle to say that a category group suits a certain club because that certain club might be someone's strength as opposed to another person's weakness, if that makes sense. So I mean, if you're 8 handicap, you're going to be a pretty good player, so I would say look for something kind of middle of the pack, not necessarily full on blades, but not necessarily the big game improvers. Oh, I need a drink. Okay, you guys are in luck because there is a group in front of us, so I'm going to take a seat and answer a few more. Why don't you do high handicap reviews of clubs? It's a great question actually, I should probably look at doing that. I know I have looked at doing it in the past. Obviously we do the mid handicap stuff with Mark and that does go down really well. So guys, hit those comments below if you would like me to. That's a great question actually, who asked that? That was Richard Chave. So Richard, great question. Guys, hit the comments below if you would like us to do some high handicap reviews. They are almost out of range, but we'll have a sit down because it just makes it easier, doesn't it? Why do pros charge to fix the same problem, i.e. a slice? If I bring a car to a garage to be fixed, when I get home the car hasn't been fixed, I bring it back and it will be fixed without another charge. Matthew Critchley. So Matthew, basically there, when you take your car into the garage to be fixed for the brakes or whatever, it's not then your responsibility to practice those brakes into place, is it? Whereas if you come to, and I'm going to stand up for the pro here, if you come to myself for a lesson and we give you the information for the fix, then you go away, you don't practice it, you don't work it in, it doesn't really work for you. From there obviously it's the coach's time, isn't it? So if you've gone away and not practiced and then you've not got any better, I can't really see how you would then almost kind of demand to go back for the same lesson again for free because you've not put into plan what obviously you've been taught. But then I mean, if you've had a bad lesson, for example, so if someone leaves my lesson bamboozled, hasn't got a clue what they're talking about, what I was talking about, I'll hold my hands up and I'll straight away say come back free of charge, let's do another one. But that's kind of 2 different sides to 2 different stories, isn't it? So you have to maybe be a little bit more honest with yourself on how your practice is going and what you're doing. Who's next on here? Ryan Isaacs, how accurate are birdie balls and are they a waste to even practice with? Thanks, thanks Ryan, you're awesome too. I've never heard of them, to be fair, Ryan, so that's not something I can really comment on, but I will have a look at those especially. Carter Strout, what is your best advice for a competitive junior golfer? Enjoy it, embrace the grind, practice as much as you can and take the rough with the smooth because it's not all what you see on TV. It's definitely not all what you see on TV. Arno Botha, when are you good enough for blades? I'm never good enough for blades, but there might be a surprise going in my bag soon. I think it depends on how much you enjoy hitting them, how well you strike the ball. I'd never put a handicap limit on that. Tan Tark, can you still turn pro when you start playing at older age, i.e. 25 plus? Absolutely, I think that depends on how good you are. I don't think you're ever too old to turn pro. Obviously there's the seniors, isn't there, and things like that, so I don't think you're ever too old. Brian Priester, as single digit, when do I look for players irons and get rid of my Callaway Rogues? Brian, all I'll say there is the Callaway Rogues have got you to your single figures, so when you maybe feel like they're hindering you and holding you back, then maybe start to look at some players irons. Just go and get fitted, Brian, to be fair. The Happy Golfer, it was great to meet you on the YouTube Golf Day as well. Didn't catch your real name, so I'm really sorry about that. I think it's Steve. Might not be Steve, sorry. If it is Steve, then we're there, aren't we? How on earth do you keep your upload schedule going and do you have a future target in mind? I just love it, to be fair. I think it's I really enjoy what I do. I enjoy helping people with the golf. I enjoy playing golf. I enjoy testing golf clubs out. So yeah, it doesn't really feel like work to me, so it kind of becomes quite easy. One more then we'll tee off. Daniel Mason has a 21 handicap that drives the ball about 230 carry. For more distance, what would you suggest? Building more strength, swing technique before getting a custom fit driver? Would you custom? I would definitely go and have your lessons and build your strength before you custom fit, Daniel, or it makes the whole custom fit process a bit pointless. Right, let's tee off. M6 driver today. I think we've upset them over there. Must have been a bit loud.
Coming in, yeah, flex. I just wanna win. Yeah, LA BB who we running with.
Yes, please. If you haven't seen, guys, recently I did a video where I've swapped out the M5 and put the M6 in the bag, and that's exactly why. Let's go back to some questions. Right, where were we? Matt Profit, what is your workout routine? Do you follow a meal plan? I like to go to the gym with Chris and we sit in the sauna for a bit and talk work, if that's a workout routine. Meal plan depends kind of what I pass on the way home. I need to get better at that, to be fair. Let's let these guys play. Okay, back to the questions. I think we've upset the locals, but it doesn't particularly matter. Here's a question as well. When people have these remote control trolleys, why are they so far away from you? I've never got that. Your clubs never need to be that far away from you, do they, anyway? Elijah E, blue or red? Red. Susan Howard, what age did you start playing golf, and if you played by 14, what was your handicap at that age? I started playing golf at 12. By 14 I'd probably got, I played a lot, literally we played all summer, so I'd probably got to about kind of 15, 16 by 14, and then got down to 4 by, I remember I was off 4 when I got my CBT license for the scooter. So if you're in America, that's like a moped. I was 16 then. So, what do you enjoy most, full swing or short game? Short game all day long. I could stay in a chipping green all day with wedges, with good golf balls, and I could chip and putt and flop shot on bunkers all day. And also, quickly, I've just reviewed these, the Taylormade Milk Grind 2 wedges, and just a bit of an update as to how rusty those faces have gone. Look at those now. They look absolutely gorgeous now. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of wedges. Brendan Struberg, did you end up switching to the M6 driver, and also is the Epic Flash 3 wood still in your bag? Well, funnily you should ask that, Brendan. We've just got to the golf ball in the fairway. That might tell you a bit of something, because we've not been hitting many fairways at the moment. Let me show you just briefly what is in my bag today. I mean, we can class that as a fairway, can't we? Near enough, just about. We'll take that. So in the bag today I have the Mill Grind wedges because I've been reviewing them. I have M6 driver, really enjoying this now. I have Epic Flash 3 wood, so in answer to both your questions, yes. Still the Apex 19 hybrid, same irons, JPX 19. These might be going soon actually. Got the high toe Bigfoot wedge in there because again I've been reviewing it, and the other Mill Grind wedge in there. I've only got half set out because it seemed easier. Right, par 5. Green is up there. I've not got my Bushnell either, so there's a ball there, but that must be someone else's. 200 metres. One more question before we do hit this one, hopefully onto the green and make eagle. Tim Newman, if I get my fitting details from one manufacturer, can I take them to another manufacturer, and will they be the same details? The Locum Zuno fitting is really good, but I'd like some ping wedges. The only issue with that, Tim, is if they don't quite do the same specs, if they don't quite do the same grinds, especially in wedges. Tolerances can be a little bit different as well. I think you're better off doing that than not doing anything, but I would try and maybe go for the brand that you're going to buy. But like I said, it's better than nothing. Let's go one more. Aloe Cromero. You know, if I pronounce that right, brilliant. If I haven't, I do apologise. Aloe, must be Cromero, yeah, Cromeo. Do you think Justin Rose should have stayed with Taylormade since he only won one tournament since being with Honma and never did anything else since? I don't think that's the technology. Obviously, he's had an alright season, and he's won one. I think he won second time out with the Honma equipment. And having tested the Honma equipment, to be honest, it is pretty good. Right, one more. Derek, if you had to play with the same clubs, which brand would you use? I'm going to think about that while I hit the shot. Part of the first. Oh, I'll tell you what. Oh, this could be very good. Sit! Oh, he's just gone long. That looks so good. Right, if I could use one brand of anything, I think, to be fair, I mean, I have no allegiances, no alliances with any brands at all. I permanently do that because I think, personally, reviewing equipment for a living, you have to be fairly transparent with people. You have to have no real favourites. So, real tough question. I'm going to go Taylormade primarily because I'm using the ball at the minute. I was going to do a video actually on changing the ball, so if you want to see that, just hit the comments below again and let me know. Obviously I'm using the driver, using the putter, these wedges that we used yesterday, and I'm using them now. Absolutely brilliant. I'm saying this, let's see if we get up and down for the birdie on the next. Kuda Kid, can you make a video where you go to a second-hand website and make a setup of under £500 and play 18 holes? Funnily enough, that question is on there. Funnily enough, we do have some plans actually. If anyone's ever seen a website called Golf Clubs for Cash, they're based up in Edinburgh. Myself and Chris are going up there in a few weeks. Both going to have, it's either 500 or 600, we've not discussed it yet. I mean, Murray, if you're watching this, let's go 600, shall we? Yeah. And we're going to take each other on around a nice Scottish golf course. And then potentially we're going to give the clubs away as well. So, yeah, so we can do that. Angelina Reese, are you gay? Great question. Paul Smith, best 3-wood off the tee. I'm absolutely loving this Callaway Epic Flash Sub-Zero 3-wood, Paul, so that's going to be my answer for most 3-wood questions. Teacher, you can't hear pictures, me. Daniel Stirling, any advice for junior golfers? Enjoy your golf, Daniel, work hard, I think we've already answered this one actually, take the positives and the negatives and just enjoy it as much as you can. Leo Nat, is there a big difference when you club test hitting them inside on the screen, taking them out on the course? Yeah, I must admit I would like to get out on the course more, and I think I'm going to try and do that more. I have done a lot of testing recently inside. Can we just say actually, this is where my ball pitched. This is where my ball pitched on the par 5, flag high, and we're just at the back there next to the horse. Okay, let's go a few more questions. We're nearly done on the community tab now actually, so we'll head over to Instagram and Twitter imminently. Cack-handed golf tips. Turn it around and go the other way. No, I'm only joking. Just the same as right-handed golf tips really, just kind of keep doing what you need to do. Brian Priester, Harbour Town Golf Links, ready whenever you are. Brian, I will be there in April. One of my favourite golf courses, if not the favourite golf course in the world. So if anyone fancies it, let me know. Jared Hobby, what are your thoughts on Ben Hogan new PTX Pro irons? Direct to the buyer model, which is cool, but the quality there to justify the purchase. But is the quality there to just... To be honest, Jared, I'm not too sure. Ben Hogan aren't anyone that I've really dealt with a lot. I would like to try and kind of get into these other brands a little bit. Strixon's another one which I've not really had a lot to do with. Ben Kindle, top 5 courses you have played and 3 courses you desperately want to play. We're going to have to think about this one, Bill, so give me a minute to play a shot. Up and down for birdie. Let's see if these wedges are as good as what I'm making out. We left that one short. Top 5 courses. Okay, so top 5 courses. I'm not going to put them in order because you've not asked for them in order. Harbour Town, North Berwick. Well, that's a par, unfortunately, so terrible chip, decent putt, but hey, what can you do? Anyway, top 5 courses I've played. Harbour Town, North Berwick, Sun City, the Gary Player Country Club. The 2 courses are actually both very good. Lost City is a fantastic course, but the Gary Player Country Club is just something special. That's 3, I think, isn't it? Also Las Colinas in Spain, and also Lake Nona. Top 3 that I'd like to play, Old Course. Can't believe I've never played the Old Course. Kings Barnes, actually, I'd love to do that like consecutive days. And then, to be honest, I'd like to play Augusta. There's so many courses I'd love to play. I'd like to play at Cypress Point. I'd like to go and play Pinehurst. I would love to. There's so many American courses I'd love to play. Okay, this is the last hole we're going to play here. How many questions have we got left? Right, more questions. Joshua Kaiser. Favourite clubs. Favourite club is the Callaway Epic Flash Sub-Zero 3-wood. Favourite clubs, I mean that's the same question, isn't it? Go with the Epic Flash 3-wood. Joshua Kaiser, same person. Favourite course, we've just had that one with Bill, fantastic. I'd also like to put maybe Royal Dornoch in there and Brora, 2 fantastic golf courses you can play on a weekend trip. Do you recommend the new Mill Grind 2? Absolutely, they are beautiful wherever they are. I've shown you them already in this video. Gary Whitfield, are we playing for money or beer on the Dubai trip? Guys, there are still a few spaces on the Dubai trip with myself and Chris if you'd like to come. I will put some information about them somewhere. Hit the comments below if you'd like to know more. Gary, in relation to your question, money or beer? We'll probably play for money because beer's worth a lot more than money out there. So if you've been, you'll know what I mean by that. Golfaholic87, would you say physical fitness training off course is necessary to play better golf? I don't think it's necessary. I think it will help. Different people kind of do suit different things, so I personally need to. Jay Solly, new clubs or dream car? Dream car all day long. The golf tragic. Hi James, what is your go-to drill for playing if you are struggling out there and you can't quite figure out what the issue is? I always think about club face. So for example on this one, all I think about is that club face is matching my spine angle on the way back there, and then through this movement here, all I'm doing is moving a square club face with my body, so it's still matching my spine angle on the way through. Fantastic question, that one. Sandhall, what's your advice on a putting nightmare hole behind? What's your advice on putting a nightmare hole behind you? Just try and be mentally strong, I guess. Try and block it all out. Zach Ross, how can I prevent having my club face open when I make contact with the ball? Best thing for that, similar to what I've just said, try and make sure it's not open on the way back. Try and make sure it's still nice and square. That'll give you a better clue. One more before we tee off. Elliot Roberts, best second-hand driver for 100 and 150 quid that will improve my game. Using an R11 at the moment, slicing 75% tee shots. Maybe spend that money on a lesson, Elliot, because the R11 is still a fairly decent driver. One more, Brew Union 86. What YouTube golf channels do you follow? I think it would be interesting to know. I follow Rick, I follow Pete, Liam Golf Vlogs UK, absolutely love his stuff. SAS Golf is fantastic. Mark Crossfield obviously was the one that started it all off. Apart from that, I try not to follow too many golf related YouTube channels because I follow a lot of non-golf related. I like my car stuff, I like Casey Neistat, I like Pete McKinnon. I found myself watching that a lot more than golf. You can imagine daily content. The last thing I want to do is go and watch more golf. Let's tee off. Driver again, keep getting it into the fairway. Let's see if we can make a birdie and get under par. That is left. Don't think I was overly concentrating there, but back to the questions. MG tips for hitting long irons. Can hit everything down to a 6. Long irons, try and take it away a little bit shallower. That's definitely going to help you keep that dynamic loft on there. Anthony Santolini, how does 48-degree wedge fare against a pitching wedge? They're basically exactly the same thing, Anthony. Depending on if you like an iron set, then you're probably going to get a little bit less spin. AJ Ellis, how do you help golfers who grew up playing a different sport? Example, my golf swing resembles my slap shot, bent lead elbow. I'd try and use the positives from that. Whenever someone comes for a lesson, I always try and use the positives in their game, and if they've grown up playing different sport to a very high level, try and just kind of tweak it in there. We're not looking for perfection, we're looking to make you the best golfer that you can be, not someone else. Stuart Bradley would love to know if you think with enough practice time and all the finances you will cover, you think would ever make it to the European Tour level. Stuart, absolutely not, 100% no. Don't have the raw talent. I think it goes to, I think a lot of people don't realise just how quite talented a lot of these guys are. Yes, they put the time in, they put the effort in, they put the work in and the drive, but the raw talent which is there is absolutely phenomenal. Kim Hammerman, still can't say your name, Kim, and we spent some time together in America. Why do pros, I don't necessarily mean tour pros, but pros like yourself, really choose to play blades instead of game improvement clubs? Is it mostly ego or concern or self-image? If you could actually play more consistent, better with game improvement clubs, hybrids, or clubs like the Bigfoot high toe wedge, would you? So for myself, Kim, I really enjoy the feel of a bladed club when I hit it. I'm not playing European Tour, I'm not playing for big money. Very rarely do I even play competitively anymore, so I'm playing purely for the enjoyment, and if I enjoy using them clubs and I'm going to accept that maybe the bad shot's going to be a bit worse, it doesn't really matter, does it? But great question, Kim. Russell Garner, I think a slightly lower handicap tester as well as Mark to mix things up in your reviews. Yeah, we've had, so someone said about a high handicap tester, maybe a low one. The problem there is we're doing a lot of videos about, maybe include them in the actual reviews. There's a good one. Mike's trying to do that. Mike the Duffer, what degree wedge is best for chipping? I love the 56 degree wedge all day long. I can open it up, I can shut it down, I can do what I want with it. There's so many questions left, guys, we're not going to get through them all. Really sorry. Let's go 3 more in here, then let's go over to Instagram. We're going to go right to the bottom. Armand Carstens, when did you turn pro? I turned pro quite a while ago now, 2012 I think. Arno, what is the best putter? I'm really enjoying, my ball is on that other fairway there, that is a terrible tee shot. I'm really enjoying the Taylormade Spider X putter at the minute, that's doing pretty well for me. Fish, crumbed or battered, says Paul Reddings. Battered all day, battered with curry sauce and chips. Here we are on the other fairway, not far away actually from where we were on the other tee shot. So okay, let's go over to Twitter. Golf Mates Travel. Is there one shot you have hit in the past year which was absolute gold? Can you explain when, where and how? Yes, Atlantic Dunes I think it was, playing with Liam and the Golf Logs UK boys, playing against you Pete from Golf Mates Travel, par 4, 295 yards, smashed it onto the middle of the green. There was water all up the right hand side. I mean, I can big it up all you want, but it was probably the best shot I've ever hit. And then you obviously tried to keep up with me afterwards, and all I heard from on the green was splash, and I absolutely went myself laughing. Graham McKenzie, what do you think makes your golf channel stand out from others? Personally, Graham, I don't think it does. I think I mean, I'm honest with things, so people enjoy the honesty. Yeah, I wouldn't say it stands out too much. That guy chooses then to start using the leaf blower. Anyway, also I think the daily content helps. I mean, a lot of people ask, how do you come up with daily content? I love golf. There's that. The tattoo golfer, how long did it take for your YouTube channel to start rising quickly? And was there a certain video? I think reviews always help. Tattoo golfer. It took about 6 months to really get it to start growing. I always think YouTube's a marathon, not a sprint. You've got to just kind of keep going at a level field. Kayson, I can't pronounce that. Oh no, he's not even in there anyway. James Lambert, what is the best Yorkshire golf course you've played, excluding your own golf course? All Woodley, 100%, 200%. All Woodley could be anywhere in the world and it would still be one of the best golf courses in the area. David Bartlett, best way to stop a push block to the right with the driver. Push block, I'd have to see it. I mean, there's so many different components. The club face is going to be open, so something to do with the club face there, David. Wayne Matheson, top 3 tips for a high handicapper to get to mid. Practice, short game and embrace it. Brilliant. A few more on Twitter, then we'll get over to Instagram. If I haven't answered your question today, by the way, guys, then I do apologise, but keep sending them in. Also, let me know, is this something that you would like me to continue doing once every fortnight, once a month, not once a week, because no one cares that much, surely. Park GC Hallett, are you thinking of doing a round GB tour with Golf Sprigsy in a similar fashion that Liam did with the Dick? They seem to have a great time. Great to meet them at Bristol. To be honest, me and Chris have something potentially in the pipeline for next year, which includes the USA, not necessarily Great Britain, but if some sponsors would like to get on board and they'd like to see us travel the country, then by all means that was something I'd be up for, as long as I can continue making content. That's the big thing for me. I just love getting content out there. Let's get over to the Instagram. If you don't follow me on these channels, by the way, guys, then make sure you do, because it's a great way to interact. Zach Skidmore 93 on Instagram. Would you consider a doubles match, you and a mid handicapper mark against me and a mate? I would do, Zach. Let me know. Yeah, maybe. Depends on time. We've got a lot coming up, me and Mark, but definitely would like to play more golf. What ball do you use? Currently using the TP5. If people would like a video explaining why I've moved from maybe the Pro V1 to that, then again let me know. Scott Golf Photo, you managed to get Carnoustie booked yet? I haven't, Scott. I'm just really busy, but I'd love to. That's another course I'd love to play. Chris 94 Atkin, best second-hand driver under £100. I don't know, maybe like the R7. The R7 was fantastic, actually, to be fair. Jane Stallen 7, would you like to visit Barcelona? Absolutely, yes, I love Barcelona. Surfing stuff, don't even know what that means. Tom Hunt 1, can you brilliant, Tom. Matthew Hurlow, will you be playing golf in Northern Ireland soon? Hopefully, Matthew. There are a few instances around the Open where I could have potentially gone, but the opportunity's passed. I would love to go, especially Portrush at the moment. Surfing, why only club reviews? I'd like to see ball reviews. I have done quite a lot of ball reviews, so just maybe have another look. Yeah, right, let's finish the hole. Let's see if we can save par. So, I'm alright talking about these milled ground wedges. Didn't get up and down didn't get up and down last time. Hit it. Oh! Can I just say to people as well, how good do these rusty faces look now? To me, they look absolutely gorgeous now. But we have got that left for par. So guys, we're going to pretty much round the video up there. That's 3 holes we've played. This is probably going to be quite a long video, but I've still not got a chance to answer everyone's questions. So what I will try and do, I will try and forward some of these questions on to another video. If this is something you've enjoyed, by all means let me know, because I need to know that you know, that we know, that I know, that you know, that that flag knows that you're enjoying it. Again, it's a great little pitch mark there, isn't it? Just didn't quite stop. So guys, 2 pretty easy pars, and we'll call that one a bogey. What do you think of this style of video, guys? Have you enjoyed it? What would you like to know? Make sure you do go follow me on Instagram. Make sure you do go follow me on Twitter. If you're watching this channel and you haven't already subscribed, it would mean a lot to me if you do subscribe. The channel is growing amazingly well, and I would love for you to be a part of it. Leave us a like if you have enjoyed this content. The more likes I get on this video compared to the amount of dislikes that I get, because I do always get dislikes, that will kind of perceive to me if I move forward with the Q&As or if I just stop doing them and just carry on with the course reviews and the club reviews and the tips, because I know that's what a lot of people like. Guys, thanks again for watching. As always, I'll see you tomorrow.
Coming in, yeah, flex. I just wanna win, yeah. LABB, who we running with, yeah. 2, 2, 3, 3. I'm on 10, 10, 10, yeah.